Merry Christmas, everybody. Tonight's the big night, Christmas Eve, and Santa will be headed into East Texas pretty soon now. We've got his cookies ready, got his milk ready for him as well. I understand he wants low-fat milk this year. And everybody in SantaScan Central is all set to track Santa's progress. Let's head over there and see how it's going.
This is Mission Control.
This is SantaScan Global Control, where scientists and engineers from all across the world have come together to track Santa Claus tonight. Let's turn on the Global SantaScan and see what's happening up at the North Pole. Once we put it into action, we'll be able to watch Santa and his progress all night long. Nothing going on right now. Let's turn it on. We'll see if we can detect Santa as he begins to move away from the North Pole. There aren't any echoes coming up just yet, but we'll be watching Global SantaScan through the Christmas Eve hours and let you know as soon as Santa starts on his daily rounds at where he's headed. Stay tuned.
We interrupt Christmas Eve to bring you this update from SantaScan Central.
I'm Dan Robertson in SantaScan Central. We're watching the Global SantaScan closely because we have the first indication of Santa Claus leaving the North Pole. The big question every year is whether he goes to the West Coast or the East Coast first, and it looks apparent from SantaScan that he is headed towards the East Coast. That would mean that East Texas is not that far away. Stay tuned to SantaScan.
We interrupt Christmas Eve to bring you this update from SantaScan Central.
Lots of action taking place here in SantaScan Central. It's just before 8 o'clock here on Christmas Eve, and reports are rolling in from around the country that Santa is making his stops at all the houses of the good boys and girls. We're picking him up now on the United States view, and it looks like he's headed towards Texas. Could it be this year he'll make it early? No, he appears to be taking a turn towards the north. Reports are coming in from all across the country of Santa moving across the area with lots of toys. Here's another report just in that Santa has moved through the Atlanta, Georgia area, and he appears to be headed up the East Coast towards the Great Lakes region, where Santa will be dropping off more toys for good boys and girls. It'll be a little while yet before he moves towards East Texas, but we will keep you up to date. Right now, it appears he's moving towards Indiana and stopping off to give toys to boys and girls there. Keep it on Channel 9 for more updates on Santa's progress.
We interrupt Christmas Eve to bring you this update from SantaScan Central.
Okay, Santa is making lots of progress across the country now. Good boys and girls all across the United States are receiving their presents at this hour. Santa is making his way through the western coast now in California. Lots of good boys and girls through there. It looks like he could be headed towards Texas now, but no, he's turning back towards the north. Won't be much longer. We'll have another SantaScan update in 30 minutes.
We interrupt Christmas Eve to bring you this update from SantaScan Central.
Lots of activity here at SantaScan, and Santa is making good progress. It is now beginning to head towards Texas. Let's turn on the SantaScan radar scope and see what we can find. Here's where we are, the dot, or the star, and here's where Santa is, heading down the Mississippi River Valley. And there are reports that he is leaving some great toys this year, as well as enjoying lots of milk and cookies. Headed towards the New Orleans area now, and it looks like he'll be heading towards Texas. East Texas, unsure whether or not he'll come this way. But he's heading out in the Gulf now. It appears he's heading towards South Texas. There are some disturbing reports, however, that Santa is bypassing some houses where the good boys and girls have not yet gone to bed. I'm not sure whether Santa plans on going back to those houses, but it appears that he has passed some houses where kids have not gone to bed. We'll keep you up to date on this developing story.
We interrupt Christmas Eve to bring you this update from SantaScan Central.
It's just about 9:30, and we have confirmed those reports that Santa has been bypassing houses where kids are still awake. We also have a report that he just left the governor's mansion in Austin, and he is headed towards East Texas. Now is the time to go to bed. Santa is headed into Lufkin and Nacogdoches, and it's time to head to bed. Santa is in East Texas. Merry Christmas, everybody.